All right, let's dive right into this IPL showdown between the Lucknow Super Giants and the Delhi Capitals. Now, this one's a biggie. We've got two powerhouse teams, but, both of them kind of wobbled towards the end of last season. So a win here, it's not just about getting points on the board, it's about making a statement for the whole season.
So the big question is, who's going to come out on top? You got to remember, with both teams stumbling last year, a strong start is absolutely crucial. It's all about building that momentum. So who really has the edge here?
Here's how we're going to break it down for you. First, we'll look at the tale of two capitals, pitting the teams against each other. Then, and this is key, we're stepping into the Lucknow fortress to see how the pitch itself could control the game. After that, we'll zone in on the player-on-player duels that could decide the day, decode the strategy with our danger matrix, and then, we'll put it all on the line with a final prediction.
Okay, first things first. Let's set the stage. This isn't just any old game. It's a rivalry that's starting to really heat up and has given us some seriously dramatic moments. So let's see how these two stack up. When you look at their history, man, it is super tight. Delhi just, and I mean just, has the edge, leading 4-3. But here's the real kicker, their recent form. Both teams pretty much limped to the finish line last season, losing 4 out of their last 5. So for both of them, this game is all about a fresh start.
Now let's talk about something that could genuinely decide this entire match, the stadium itself. We're at Ekana Stadium in Lucknow. And if you're kind of new to cricket, you have to understand this. Where you play can be just as important as who is playing.
And right off the bat, check this out. A whopping 59% of matches here are won by the team that bats second. I mean, think about that for a second. Just by winning the coin toss and choosing to chase, a team gets a huge statistical advantage before a single ball is even bowled. That's kind of wild.
So here's where it gets really interesting. The average score is a pretty high 187, which tells you that batters can score big here, especially during the power play, those first 6 overs where it's easier to hit boundaries. But the guys getting most of the wickets, it's not the fast bowlers, it's the slower spin bowlers. This pitch, well, it's got a unique personality, let's just say that.
And that personality, it all comes from the red soil. The easiest way to think about it is that this surface has a little extra grab. It grips the ball more, which lets spin bowlers make it turn like crazy. For batsmen, it makes timing your shots really, really tricky. It's basically a spinner's paradise.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Here's what Delhi's own fast bowler, Dushmantha Shamira, had to say. He's straight up admitting how tough it is for guys like him, the fast bowlers, on grounds like this. They've got to dig a lot deeper to get their wickets.
And boom, there it is in a bar chart. The numbers don't lie. Spinners are king here at Ekana. And you can bet both teams know this. This single piece of information is going to shape their entire game plan tonight. So we know the pitch favors spin, but how does that actually play out on the field? Well, it all comes down to the individual matchups, right? Those little one-on-one duels that can win or lose you a game. And folks, the main event, the duel we're all waiting for, has to be this one. Lucknow's captain, the explosive Pant, going up against Delhi's master spinner, Kuldeep Yadav. This is the classic powerhouse hitter versus the magician who can make the ball dance. It's going to be epic.
But here's the thing. When you look at their history, it hasn't really been a duel at all. It's been, well, kind of one-sided. Kuldeep has absolutely owned this matchup. He's gotten Pant out 3 times and has only given up 23 runs. That's a total stranglehold, and that kind of thing gets in a batsman's head.
Okay, let's zoom out a bit. How do all these little battles look across the board? For that, we turn to our danger matrix. It's a pretty simple tool, really. It scores every key matchup on a scale of 1 to 5, where a 1 means the bowler is completely, totally in control.
And would you look at that? Pant versus Kuldeep Yadav gets a danger score of 1, the lowest you can possibly get. This confirms it. This isn't just a key matchup. It might be the matchup that decides the entire game.
So if you're Delhi, the strategy pretty much writes itself. The matrix is screaming at you that your spinners, Kuldeep and Aksar, have a huge advantage over Lucknow's power hitters. Those guys love fast bowling, but against the slow turning stuff, it's like they're kryptonite. So the plan for Delhi is simple. Get your spinners on early and go right after the big guns, Pant and Puran. All right, deep breath. We've looked at the teams, we've analyzed the pitch, and we've broken down the key matchups. Time to put it all together and make the final call.
And honestly, when you crunch all the numbers, it is as close as it gets. We're talking razor-thin margins, 52% to 48%. This is basically a coin toss game. It really could go either way. But a prediction has to be made, and we're leaning just slightly towards the Delhi Capitals. And why? Well, it all comes back to the venue. They just have the perfect weapons, especially an in-form Kuldeep Yadav, to take advantage of that tricky red soil pitch.
So look, on paper, it feels like it's Delhi's game to lose. The stats, the matchups, it all points their way. But cricket, well, cricket isn't played on paper, is it? All it takes is one player to have an unbelievable day, to just completely tear up the script. The numbers might favor Delhi, but will a hero emerge to defy the odds? Guess we'll have to watch to find out.